Wow, look at that.
We are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are around the world. Welcome to, I guess, Kilroy's World. Special guest today. Welcome to my shop. Welcome to my bench. Let me put it back on my bench because I know you don't want to see my ugly mug the whole stream. Oh, but it's really hard to click on. I need one of them there, StreamYards. There we go, or stream something. Anyway, whatever it's called with the buttons. Assuming you can still hear me, of course. So, what we're going to do, good. What we're going to do first is I'm going to, let's see, introduce. Yeah, that's right. Drum roll. My special guest, Peeper49 from Twitch.
Hi,
Say
everybody.
Hello. Hi, Peeper. Peeper's over on Twitch at People49. I mean,
Yep.
And I don't have some fancy little streamer. I guess I should have thought about that. I guess it'll be okay.
We're fine.
So we're gonna. So, Peeper, tell us though. Let me go back. Let me go back to the way we were. Sorry. Tell us what you're going to be working on, and then there you go.
Well, for those of whoever's here, I do leather work. Basically, we do other things. We play some music once in a while, and actually write a poem or two. We have. But right now, I am in the middle of a project that is near and dear to my heart. It's a gaming set of armor for that's coming out in November. It's for the new Assassin's Creed Shadows game module of Assassin's Creed. And I decided I wanted to make Tsuke's armor, and I have started on that. I've got a lot of different areas in it. We've got some of it done, or at least in a good shape. I can show that to you in a little bit. But today we're going to do a little bit of tooling. I decided we've got some pieces. I changed my cameras around so I forget where they're at. That have to be tooled out. I got to cut this one. There's two of them. There's cut. These go over. Actually, hold the front part of the armor to the back part of the armor on the shoulders, one on each side. So, and then I got to finish tooling. That's pretty much what I'm going to be working on today. Go right.
All right, really good. You can just work at your leisure, and I'll go ahead and switch over to mine. I think I'm trying to work behind the scenes, so I think you're still there showing.
Yep.
So just do what you're going to do.
Okay. When you get it down, I'll adjust the camera back to where it was. And anybody has any questions or they want to make any comments, please do. I'm always open for that kind of stuff. And I like to talk. Kilroy knows that, so.
Perfectly fine. Let's see.
XXDFWRider says, greeting, why all leather work and model ships nice.
I hear a sprite. Yeah, Peeper is our special guest, Sprite. I've known him online for the 7-8 years now.
7 years. It's been 7 years.
XXDFWRider says, LOL. JJE says,
Jim.
Hello.
Hey Jim, how you doing? Welcome to the menagerie, both of yous. There's my Chicago accent. Both of yous. Yeah. I don't know, I guess. Oh, and I heard a ding also. It sounded like I don't know, what did it sound like? Yeah, I'll go back to that. I'm trying to move different things, and I wanted to show that.
There we are.
Yeah, it's backwards. But hold on. There's a special pirate ship captain coming on board. Wait, I'll go ahead and solo it out. There you go.
Look at my hair. Oh my gosh.
Nice try.
Hello.
Hey, they're braided.
Yes, they're braided.
Cool.
Once a month. Let me explain why. For those of us who have hair still, my hair is very dry. So once a month, I deep condition it, and then I have to put it in braids because it's like sticky. So it's going to dry eventually. It's still wet. So that's why my hair is in braids today.
Well, it looks like you're enjoying the afternoon at the bay.
The bay, yes.
Yeah.
This was in Tampa Bay. I don't remember the name of the people. I'm going to have to.
Yeah, I don't remember it either.
And put it in there. Hi, Peter.
I talked to the captain there, and he was an engineer type, believe it or not. I mean, that's yeah. It was. I mean, believe it or not, I didn't mean to make it sound like that, but he decided to sail the ship there, you know.
Yeah, well, you left out the important part. He used to be part of the. He was in the Navy, and then he got out.
There you go.
That's what he was doing in the Navy too, apparently. I don't know.
Kilroy?
Yes.
You know Captain Ken, my friend, that got me sailing?
Yes.
He's a doctorate in engineering.
And see, I didn't mean to make it sound like that, you know, but what I was saying is
he is an engineer.
He wanted to be free and feel the air and all that good stuff of the sea. Although, to be honest, it really smelled different there at Tampa Bay than what I remember. Like Key Biscayne smelling like.
Yeah.
And I'm not certain why. It smelled like disinfectant, I think. But anyway, yeah, it was really strange. It wasn't that salty air smell that like I'm saying that I remember from Key Biscayne. But anyway, I digress.
It's called Sunshine Scenic Tours.
Sunshine Scenic Tour. It was an awesome trip too.
And it's child friendly. So if you have little ones like under the age of, 5, 7, whatever, they have like a thing where they do, mostly I think that's what they do. And they have like little pirate things that they do, and they have songs and dance, and it's really cute. And then for the adults, you get to drink, if you like, some watered down beverages, which is very appropriate since it's
they have a beer and wine license, and even the rum and stuff is actually it's still not looking right. Is actually grape based, or or the alcohol content is less, I guess. It's really not that much.
Yeah. But yeah, it's fine because you don't need to be tipsy when you're on a boat. The last thing you need is, you fall over drunk and chum.
Right. But now why is that backwards? It wasn't backwards a second ago. I'm trying to fix this
XXDFWRider says Grace Hopper said she had a Jolly Roger in her office, homage to how her team equipped their 5th floor Pentagon zero budget office.
Zero budget Pentagon, for some reason that sounds like an oxymoron. An oxymoron, is that the right word? It just doesn't sound right. Think about that now. Pentagon zero budget office?
XXDFWRider says, no one knows who Grace Hopper was.
Well, I think I have Grace Hopper on one of my videos talking about the distance that the speed of light travels in a second. I think that's who it is. And I show the video in one of my classes. I don't know where it's at right now, to be honest. But anyway, so a millisecond, the distance light travels in a millisecond, is like, well, the distance it travels in a second is, and I don't know what, whatever. Let's just say 8,000 feet, okay, or 800 feet. Let's just say 800 feet. So she asked one other department that produced things for her, give me X amount of length of wire, the same distance that light would travel in a second, which is whatever, 800 feet. Give me 800 feet of wire, okay? And then she said, okay, give me a length that light would travel in a millisecond, the distance. And they gave her, I don't know, 3 feet, okay? And then she said, give me a nanoseconds worth of wire that light were to travel that distance, and they gave her 6 inches of wire. And then she said, okay, give me a picosecond of, really, I'm doing no justice to it. I hope you understand it. Yeah, a nanosecond, there you go. A nanosecond is 11 inches. Yes. So you're almost making me want to break YouTube rules even more than I do. But anyway, by showing the video, if I find it, but I'm not going to look for it, so I'm not going to find it. So therefore, I won't go against the use policy. But that's right, Sprite, or something like that.
AF says, please minimize my screen. Thank you.
Okay, is that better? And somebody thought they were being sneaky.
XXDFWRider says, you got it right.
Well,
Nanosecond is about the size of a pepper flake. Millisecond is about 11 in.
Yeah, and she did. She pulled out in one of the videos that I remember, she did pull out some packets of pepper or salt. That's right. And that was what, whatever. Yes, exactly. So, well, anyway, I hope the story made some sense. I've been trying to take this banner off that I put on, guys. I really have been trying to work with this, and no matter what, it looks backwards. Seriously, I put it backwards. Do you guys see it backwards, right?
No.
Oh, you see it forwards?
The banner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can read it.
Okay, well, when I look at it, in my StreamYard, it looks backwards. I will leave it alone. I'm not looking exactly. Oh, I just forgot. I need to share the link out, so maybe Paul will join us. The more the merrier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to go get my sewing machine set up, and I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yes. Oh. Uh-oh. Where is this coming from? I'm going to mess this up. There we go. It's called mute, isn't it?
No, you're still good.
Yeah, it was actually, you couldn't hear it. That's cool. Very nice. And yeah, people, I see it on YouTube the same way that you mentioned that it was there. I am going to raise it up a little bit. Yeah. See, this is my new streaming station, which is actually this bench that's.
Oh, okay.
It used to be my CNC bench, and then I started doing a little electronics over here. And anyway, point being is everything's different out here. Okay, so you guys were here last time, and then possibly for those that weren't. So what I've been doing is working on the hinge, the pintle and gudgeon of the rudder, and I got it pretty much to where I have a working pintle and gudgeon or hinge or let's see. Oh yeah. So, but I noticed when it turned that it wouldn't turn as much one way as the other. So it was kind of messed up because it wasn't centered. So I decided to make a couple more, and plus I needed to make the bigger ones. Let's see. Make sure this is in a better frame there. Yeah, I guess there we go. Yeah. So I figured I'd make, a couple more bigger ones of these. Now the bigger one is fine. The smaller ones, I might actually have enough good ones because I overmade them. And basically what I'm looking for is it to be centered on both sides as well as they can be. I can resolder some of these probably. Like, see, that one's good there. So there's two. I don't remember if this was the one that was messed up a little bit, or maybe I took it off. Maybe it was this one, but I've got a couple more. So I don't think, yeah, see, like that one's, yeah, here we go. See, this one is the one that's messed up. See how it's on the end right there versus in the center? So yeah, so it was just this one actually. However, it certainly beats this, which was 3D printed and looks oh so clunky, right? Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, it's not even close, Peeper. But it worked. At least these will be the straps like they should be. And the way the plans show it, let me get this off of here. The way the plans show it is that right there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's as close as I can come to it, considering. And then here's...
You do it.
Hey, there's John.
Who's your daddy?
You do it. You do it. You do it as a... I saw the term he put on there, and all I'm going to say is he's a video artist and actor, screenplay actor. I can't remember exactly what I saw. Feel free to tell us, John. I'm just playing around with this old little hinge I got to make here. All right, so I got this one done. So let's do another one. And what happened last time on last stream is I ran out of this these brass strips. So
you do it, sis. I'm just a fat Italian.
A fat Italian? Hey, you got some pretty cool videos too, man. In fact, the range of videos that I've seen on your channel is from downright comedy, acting, music, and technology. And if I've missed any, then please correct me again. Everything I've seen, I've enjoyed. All right, so I need to take and make this. I told myself I was going to do 2 inches and 175. For the
you do it
for the
sis. Yes, you're too kind. Thank you.
You're welcome. But thank you for being here. You're appreciated. This piece right here is the bigger one. And I measured it. I measured it with a lot of slack. I'm going to remeasure it because I believe that I can get away with less metal. If I go like this, that's 0.85. Let's just say 0.85. See, I went, no, I did. I went 0.75. No, I did it right. These need to be, no, that was the shorter one. But anyway, these need to be 0.75 and 0.75, which is 1.5 inches, and then another 1/2 inch. So 1 3/4, right? No, 2 inches. Again, 1.5 inches or 0.75, 0.75, 1.5 inches, and 1/2 inch is 2 inches. So the strips really need to be 2 inches long. And measuring this piece right here, it measures about 3/4 inch, which is, guess what? The side that we need on one side. So I'm going to bring it up here, clamp it, flip it around, tap it, whatever I need to do to get the other side. I think that'll work. I did buy extra in case we needed it. All I got to do is make 2 more, right, Peeper? Exactly. All I got to do is make 2 more of these big ones.
Yeah, I know how. Yeah, I got to make a wristband.
Yeah. Let me put this back down. I think we're good on. There we go. I'm just trying to figure out where the camera's actually pointing. All right. And I'm sitting here toying with, well, do I do this? Do I just manually bend it? It'll bend easy too. So I'm kind of trying to figure out I wish I could clamp it mechanically and then flip it over mechanically and then clamp it on the other side. But no matter what, I have to do it in stages. And see, that's actually too wide. So I'm just going to hold it with my fingers, flip it over, right? Bend it over. And technically I want to bring it down, right? So this side's that way also. But it looks, yeah, so let me just bend it down. And let's see, I think I'll just bend it here. And I don't know if I can, now see, I can't do this because this is too long, too wide. Do I have any clamps that are smaller? Oh! Let's bring some tools into the gamut. So let me bring this down. Make it a little bigger. Hold it there. Now I'm still fighting the same thing, which is that jaw on the other side. Although, honestly, I might be able to tap it and then continue the tapping. Let's see. Let me do this so I don't have to hang on to it. Okay. Now let's see. Yeah. No, I can't bring it down anymore. Okay. Well, it was worth a try. I'm just going to have to
do it.
Eyeball it with
Sis,
2 of these.
this is the same thing you were working on the last live stream I joined on.
Yeah, it is. I'm just trying to, I'm actually trying to get me a couple of good ones and really finish it up because I got this thing and it's good. And then I noticed that one of these was off, but I have enough of these to finish off. So I'm doing basically 2 more of these so that it wraps around. And this is how I did it last time, is I just wrapped it here, and it worked out well enough. So let me do this. I am working on the whole ship, John, but ask Peeper, it's taking me forever. You know, will it ever float?
It'll float.
Would check. Sis. Hi everyone.
Hello, Jeff. How are you doing today? You caught it, Jeff. You caught it. Jeff is also a streamer. He turns wood and does other things. And he's more than welcome to introduce himself and what you're working on, man. The thing I haven't figured out is, and I mean, if I was making these,
sis. Hello, Jeff.
If I was making these, you know, en masse, I'd probably do some type of
The Dutchman's would check.
That I could
Sis.
just do them.
Hi everyone.
Hello, Jeff. Hi.
Hi, Jeff.
And I'm going to mute out so I can cut this. I am going to solo Peeper, maybe. I don't know. If I can
You don't have to do that.
well, I was going to cut, so.
Yes, he needs to be solo.
Oh, my mute was over here. Yeah, I need one of those Streamlab controllers, Peeper. Anyway, I'm muting out.
Okay. We'll see you in a bit. Oh, there I am. Hi, everybody. So for those of you who've never seen it, this is when you see a piece of leather that's got a real fancy design on it, this is how they do it. This is the carving leather. This is not quite, this is not Western at all for what I'm doing. It's very Eastern, in fact. But we done put the design on the leather like this. Then we come back with it's called a swivel knife. I use ceramic blades, but this is how we do it. When I get done with this, then we start making noise. We start using tools to raise up pieces of it, to form the pieces so they have more 3D. But this is how almost all of that's done. If it's not made into it's not made from a die or something, it's all done this way. We are making a set of armor from the new Assassin's Creed game. And This is going to be part of the shoulder. No, that holds the front to the back. I don't know what they've got a name for them. I don't know what it is.
You didn't know I was going to put you to work, did you, people?
No, I'm streaming here. That's okay. You're back. I can shut up now.
I wish I could do the inverse of what in the world Smuhug's got there.
That is a little figurine from the original Assassin's Creed game.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Oh, I see it now. Yes.
Easy.
In fact, didn't you make something like that, Beeper?
No, I bought one.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wondered.
And I was just a second. I was just given one.
The Dutchman's
last
witch
week.
Bring it out.
Sis. Hand pink waving, hand pink waving, hand pink waving. Kilroy. Sis. Hi, Jeff.
All right. Let me. What I was saying is, I wish I could make like let's see, screen layout. Press F6 plus. I wish I could make it look like when I do it, like that. I wish I could make like you guys big like this with me on the side, and maybe I'm just missing it or not understanding how to do it. But I'm pressing all the buttons, and other than not getting disconnected, I think I'm doing well anyway.
I'm putting Ezio back on the script.
Okay. Well, all right.
One of my leather people gave me this last week.
Oh my God.
This is from, let's see here.
That's
This is from Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 4. Kenway. There we go.
well, that looked a lot like what she had.
Yeah, but this is the kit. This looks younger.
Oh, I got you.
See what I mean? The face looks.
I got you.
She's got a better version of it. But yeah,
Yeah.
Mary, one of my students sort of. She brought this over last week.
One of your grasshoppers.
Pardon?
One of your grasshoppers.
Yeah, one of my Yeah, she's one of those people that can pick up anything and do it well right from the start.
The Dutchman's Wood Shack. Sis. Coolerama.
It is, isn't it? All right. So what I need to do, and I sure wish I had a little. Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? I wish I had a little slit in this to where I could basically take and set that there and then just solder it. But I think what I'm going to do is put it there. Let's see if I can do this. And yeah, solder or tin this, and then tin this in here, and then put them together. And let me see if I can get a better shot of this.
The Dutchman's Wood Shack. Sis. I've been busy building tables and designing turned boxes.
Turn boxes are cool, man. I have to put or set up my lathe. Duh. Yeah, I'm trying to do two things at the same time, and I can't. See?
Sure you can.
All right, that's this one. Hey, Jeff, can you guess the year? Jeff also has a Mustang, a really nice Mustang, actually. Let's see. That's this one. This is out there. There we go. No, that's still this one. That is closer though. So that's really what I was trying to get at.
The Dutchman's Wood Shack. Sis. 1966.
Yours is a 66. Mine's a 68, but yours is way, way nice. Mine's a rust bucket at the very least. Okay, so I've been recently, when I'm doing this, I'll take the rod. And did I get any extra rod? Or I think I have plenty of rods. Yeah, I've got tons. I've got tons of rod over here. So I have plenty of rod. All right, so we're good on that. So I can use this piece here. What I've been doing is I've been taking it, passing it through. Let's see, one of these sides has some flux on it. Let me get a little water.
The Dutchman's Wood Shack. Sis. 302 racing motor convertible. That's my other hobby.
Yeah, a 302. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Mine's got a 289, which is the last year that Ford made the 289, and then some of the Mustangs have 302s in 68 also, and it has a C4 transmission, automatic transmission.
Oh my God.
I believe it's a 3-speed transmission. Let's see if this cleaned up the flux on here. Yeah, to where it goes in a little better. And the reason I'm doing this is if some solder were to get on the end, it'd suck it in, right? Well, this way I try to prevent that from happening. Let's see.
The Dutchman's Wood Shack. Sis. Yep. The Dutchman's Wood Shack.
Yep.
Sis. C4 is automatic.
Yes, that's correct. It is. But it's a 3-speed automatic. Let's see. I told myself that I'd work on it this summer, and honestly, I got the cleaning.
The Dutchman's Wood Shack.
And Muhugs.
C4 6-cylinder.
But this is on a V8. You could have a C4 on a what is it, 250, 300? I think there was something like that. I don't remember when the V6s came out or what the displacement was for that year that came out, if that makes sense. All right, so I'm going to resort to using my little helping fingers here because I don't want to burn mine. Right?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, right. So let me see where this is at better. There's that. Let me make some room.
The Dutchman's Wood Shack. Sis. I've been doing car shows. I have two coming up, one in Elbin and one in Cantonay, Illinois.
Yeah, and you do have a nice show car. All right, so really
what the Dutchman's Wood Shack. Sis. Nice work, everyone.
What I want to do is take and put some solder in the center of this thing. Basically tin it. I've got a couple of ways I can do this. I can take the soldering iron and struggle like all get out, or I can break my big torch out and do it with the torch. I'm going to do it with the torch. And see, and then I'm going, well, no, maybe not the torch. No, not the torch. Not the torch. Put a little flux on it. Okay. Let's put a little flux on it. Let's see. That way. That way. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it in the center here. And I'm sure this doesn't show up very well, guys. And thank you, Jeff, by the way. Okay. let's go ahead and start with this. And I know you guys have told me about the solder, about how thin it is, but it's all good. It'll work out. Okay, so I've got a clean tip. The only thing is I'm having a hard time seeing it. There we go. Let's get this out of the way. All right. So let me just add a little heat. And really, I don't want a lot of solder on here, just enough in the center.
Well, why didn't you do pins? Wait a minute.
There we go. So there. So I've got that tinned right there now. Okay. And explain, Peeper, what you're saying, because I do.
No. Go ahead. I want to watch what you're doing here.
Okay. So I just tinned that right there so that I can take this rod. Peeper, it serves for both, by the way. This rod, when I use it for the male end of the gudgeon or hinge, let's call it hinge for lack of a better word. Can we do that? Can we?
Yeah.
Okay. So the hinge. So this will be the male part of the hinge, and it'll go down into the female part, which will have that on there, like so. Okay.
I was thinking something different. But
and
okay, you're good.
But like I'm saying, if you look at the diagram, that's kind of what it is, or not kind of. But
I'm trying to remember the hinges.
Yeah. See, you're trying to remember the exact way they are.
Yeah.
I haven't ever seen them, but this is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Right here. See, and it's backwards. Of course, this is the top view. This is the side view with the pin going down, right?
Okay, yeah.
Like this. And then the big ones, and I don't know which is the big ones, by the way. I think this is on the, I don't know. But one side's going to have, let's say the rudder. In fact, it is. I take that back. The rudder is the one that's going to have the pin sticking down, and the keel is going to have the smaller ones with the little hole that the pin goes down into. That's at least
okay. I got it. Yeah, I see what you're doing. It's so you lift it up, put it on. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, you lift it on, you put it on. Yeah, that's why the hole needs to be on the exactly.
See, I don't think that's the way it's actually put together right now.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. But
yeah. You ought to come up this way.
I wish I could
in January, February, because they're doing the full rebuild this next year.
Wow. It's not like I can just jump on a plane and go down.
I know. I'm just saying it would be really be fun for you to come up and see it.
But I would love it, by the way.
I
think you would agree with me. Okay, so now what I've got to do is put a little solder on this. So I'm just going to use these fingers here because again I don't like getting burned, and plus Moo Hugs has a counter of some kind that she's keeping. I don't know. It's diabolical, I think. But so. And by the way, folks, the key is flux. If I can just stress that enough, okay? And I'm going to make this pin bigger than what I really need, but I'm going to safeguard it by slipping the rod through it. So whenever I cut it, And see, I could probably cut it right here and get the rest of the other rod out of the way. You know what? I think there was a little piece somewhere here of
What number of burn are we on? Number 2?
Oh, I none today. None
Yeah.
today. Yet.
We're taking bets. We're
Here
only
we go.
40 minutes into the stream, so we still have time.
Right. Okay, so I don't need to use this big piece. I've found the one that I was using, and let's see. There we go. Trying to get this centered as best as I can, I guess. Wait a second. I'm moving the piece. All right. I think that will. So I'm gonna put this through here now, just so that when I cut it. Oh, maybe not. Yeah. So when I cut it, I have the piece inside, and it doesn't mess up on me. But what I'm doing in essence right now, gosh, you know what? This can still go down. So when I just take the solder there, and I'm going to make sure that if it flows this way, so it doesn't get into that hole, and it shouldn't. Let's make sure that we're nice and all right. So that's tinned there now, and it will be hot for a little bit. So now I have to figure out, let's see, what was I doing with these? I have to figure out how to put this in here. And no, it up and down, I wasn't getting the right registration that I needed. I am going to lower it though. And if I lower it here, let's see. All right, so I'm going to lower it there. What I'm doing is just marking a spot there. Let's see. Yeah, and then I'm going to come from the center of that. I'm going to cut out a little bit. So basically what I'm doing is trying to set up a little jig to where, well, you know, if I tighten it, to where I can just hold this here in place and solder this real quick. And I don't care if the wood burns, but so it aligns better. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and make make a cut here. All right. I'm going to mute out for a second. Maybe. All right, I am muted out. If anybody else wants the floor.
All right, so I'm gonna have to take off my beautiful background and show you my regular table. I'll be right back. If I can find it.
Yeah, wherever we switch back, then we'll go back to paper.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on. There you go. It's virtual background. Okay. So what am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to sew. My sewing machines are behind me. So I'm like, I'm not going to sew right now. Not in the mood for sewing. I'm going to set up my plastic knitting machine. And you're like, plastic? Yes. Back in the 80s, these things were really big, and they still are. I'm going to buy an actual all metal sewing machine, knitting machine, but it won't be here for like another 2 months because it's coming from overseas, because it was the cheapest place to get one. So this one was, back in the day, was like $70. I see them online. Excuse me, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. We have an appointment. Hey, you already ate. You can move. Back in the day, they were like $70. We're just going to go with the flow here. We're just going to go around. Today, the plastic one, it's called the the Ultimate Sweater Machine. I don't even think they make these anymore. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I saw them online for like $120. But even though it's plastic, the needles are still made out of metal. So that's the important part. So they're still metal. So they work. They have a little hook on there, like when you're doing latchwork hook, like for rugs. It's the same concept. But what's plastic is the carriage. As you can see, it has the name on there, and it lifts up, and then it has different inserts that you can put in it. And each one has a different purpose. The ones that come with the metal machine, it has the metal carriage. The carriage is made out of metal, and then the inserts, they're all one piece. Will you stop rubbing on that? That's why the camera's moving. He's rubbing on the computer. The inserts are all in one piece, and each one does something, and they're like $600 a piece. And this one, even though the whole thing was, $80 back in the day, $100 today, they're plastic for a reason. They're so cheap. But so far, they have not broken. So, but they do the same. You can do different kinds of knitting. You have the basic one that I do is like for scarves. That's what I've been making, is like the Doctor Who scarf. This is not the right thing for this, because it's all one. It's just all one knitting. I lost my train of thought. Stitch. So that would be one of my other cats that you hear back there. So that is what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm setting up. And then you put this deal on here so it doesn't slip. And then eventually I'm going to get all the pieces together as soon as Kilroy comes back. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I have my table, my dining room table. I don't use it because nobody eats at the dining room table anymore. And it's a little one. Eventually I'm going to get a different one. I'm not sure if it's exactly going to fit on here because of it has to have a lip to hang on to it. Let me show you the thing. So this is all it holds it together when you put it on here like that. And I had a wood piece that I put under here so that it would, because it sticks out so much, I wanted it to be more stable, so that, because there's only there's only like an inch where it would hold it underneath the table, this much. So I want it to be more stable. So it holds it, and then it attaches to the machine piece, not the whole machine. It's just a piece. So these are the pieces. They're all in pieces because they all come apart. Again, it's plastic. Needs to be cleaned because it's been in a box for, I guess, 2 years. Yeah, because I started working and I'm still working. But, I'm like, okay, I got to do something because I'm about to lose my mind if I don't start doing, my crafts again. So I'm going to have to clean them, and then I'm going to have to put, the hooks back in there. And all of this comes apart. The ones in the machines that are made out of metal, I think these are pretty much in there. I don't think they come out because there's like a bar in there, and they're much more reliable because of that. I've had issues with some of these, so I've had to take out the hooks and replace the hooks because I think also the hook is they're thin. I'm not sure if they're any thicker on the regular machine. Either way, like I said before, I've been able to make things with this, even though it's like a cheapo thing. I've made hats, I've made scarves, I've made blankets, and people like them and they look fine. And and to do it by hand, which I can knit by hand, takes a really long time. So there you go. I am now done with my speech. Thank you for coming to my moo talk. And hopefully he can come back and put me on unminimize again. Otherwise, I'm going to just, I don't know, I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, I'll put you up there. In fact, I'm gonna put Peeper up there. What I'm doing is behind the scenes, and I wish I could just make myself a little, a small little deal, but I'm just making this little I don't know, this little jig, I guess, to hold this piece here. All right, so that it sits there like that, and then I'm just going to bring the like that. Okay, I'm just going to bring the little tube over there and heat it up, and guess what? It's going to happen, even just like that. If I just take the torch and I go, psst, that will heat it up enough to where this solder melts into the other one. So let's see if that works like that. So let me give that a try there. Wish me luck. We don't need no fires. But I'm going to use the torch on this one, guys.
Torch equals burnt fingers.
Let's see if this will work.
Okay, one more.
Really don't need to do any more than what I just did, because now it's hot, so I'm not going to mess with it. But I think that's got the perfect alignment where it's in the center, which is what I want. And I can now come in with some solder, I guess. Now, see, it still wasn't the solder wasn't solidified. It still was hot, I guess. So let me do this. So some of this on there. What that does is that allows it to clean the metal and help to adhere the solder to the metal. And I wish I had a smaller torch. I really, really do. I do, but the one I have doesn't seem to work right. So in essence, I don't have. Now let's see if I can dump some solder on there. If that jig was metal, it'd do a lot better than a piece of wood. So now I definitely need to leave it alone, though, because that's really, 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 really hot. So with that, I'm going to see what Peeper's doing. Highlight him for a while.
Well, Peeper is just about done. cutting these. So when I'm get done with this other half, I'm going to mute because I'm going to be pounding on here with my maul to start doing the beveling. I'll talk about that in a minute. But that's where we start to make this look more 3D. We're not going to do a whole lot of 3D, but it's going to look a little bit better. The actual armor that I'm copying, I have to go by the artist concept drawings because this is from a game. So I've done enough study in real samurai armor that I know what it's supposed to look like. But to match what is in the game, I have to take some liberties. And they don't do quite as good a job as on some of this as I'd like. Like with these pictures, I'd like to do browns and greens and some colors. But in reality, once I get this all set up, this little area, this square, this what do we got here? Let me figure this out. Yeah, this area around the outside, this line will be green, and the rest of it is going to be gold.
Yeah, one of them that I saw the other day was gold.
It's mostly gold. In fact, just a second. No.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
So this one was my first prototype. And I hate this. There we go. I put the gold on there because the first one I saw had gold all the way around the outside. I didn't like that one, so I started looking some more, and I found the one with the green. But the gold is actually a integral part of the outfit, and I think, and I probably shouldn't do that, is it's not actually gold. It's brass because there's a lot of. It looks like there is. The green is actually deterioration. You know, like how brass will turn green when it gets old and icky.
Yeah, tarnishes. Yes.
Tarnishes. Yeah, and I think that's what the green is.
Yeah.
But
that makes total sense.
Yeah, I'm trying to match what is coming out in the game, so because I hope that this comes out good enough that I can enter in a couple contests. Yep.
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to enter a couple of contests.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be good enough. My dream for this one, and my camera just fell off the thing.
Oh, that's never happened to me.
I know. Oh, you know what? That's because this holder is. Don't mind me, guys.
Well, I'll go ahead and exit you out of layout out of solo. So here's Moo's chance to to if I burn myself. Will I burn myself?
No.
Is that warm? No. Oh, look, I can pick it up. Is it going to stay on there? You know, it's still off a little. I don't like the way that turned out. Look. it's off. And I was trying to keep it from moving over here, but I guess that's not going to work. So let me go try to do it this way.
Pardon me, guys. Sorry.
All righty. No worries.
We are all pirates here. Follow our cadence.
Arg.
Oh, that's what I did. Okay. Let's go like this. There we are. We'll move it back out of the way so I don't bump it. And get the new stand.
Yeah, I know you were messing with your camera, but I got the messing with mine too. All right, so I've got a problem, and the problem is that I need to get real close, and these fingers just aren't. I don't see any other fingers aren't gonna. Yeah, I guess they'll let me do this. Yeah, I guess I'll have to cross them like this.
Okay.
Let's tighten that there. See. So I think I'm gonna have to. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do this. Let's see if I can just loosen it this way. Now see, I do need a little torch of some kind. I'm gonna have to look into it. But payday is a long way off.
Oh, payday's always a long way off. Okay, so these two both can be now.
That's actually better. Let's put some of this in here. Let's heat this up. Let's add more solder.
All right.
Put that pinky in there.
Right. Yeah, that top part isn't. I think that'll be good. I don't think it has to be all the way around it, but at least it's straight. Now, leave it alone.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Right. I thought I shared with Paul, and I didn't. But guess who's coming on? And I bet Paul pops in anytime. All right. Okay, so see, I want to move it. I want to touch it. I want to,
You want to burn yourself is what you want, and you know that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. No comment.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kilroy, I'm going to mute myself
Okay.
because I'm going to be pounding with this little hammer and these
All
little
right.
tools on here. Now, it doesn't make a lot of noise, but it's very annoying.
Okay. We'll tell you what. I'm still going to solo you. And then when Paul gets on or whatever, we'll continue with Paul. Since I'm waiting for this to cool, it's probably
Okay.
a little more exciting. So yeah, gotcha.
Okay, so here we go. All right.
So
There
you can
go.
adjust it for that, Paul, for whatever this
So
screen
what
is.
we're going to do here real quick is we're going to take these tools that I've got. These are bevelers. You can see the end of that is angled. It's at a bevel. And we're going to stick it in these lines and we're going to hit it. And we're going to try and push the leather down or bring it up around these pieces to make them a little bit more 3D. But it isn't, like I say, annoying. So I'm going to be muting my
Okay.
sound. Okay,
So
so here we go.
So you see where it says 2 inches, Peeper? If you do your work in that above that 2 inch,
Yeah,
that's right in the center of the screen. At least.
yeah, I can see on my screen right here
Okay.
how that looks good.
Gotcha.
I just can never. Oh, there it is. There. Yeah. Okay. Because I'll do the work.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Off.
All right.
We'll see you in a bit.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and it is. I'll sometimes be watching him, 11 o'clock my time, Central Time, real time, by the way. Central Time is real time. I'll be watching, and he he's tooling around. Literally, that's what it's called, right? He's tooling, and Nana's in the next room. She's sound asleep, but I always think that she's going to hear him and wake up, and we don't want to wake up Nana, right?
No, but they have this great new creation called headphones and earbuds you can also use if you're afraid of waking her up.
Yeah, true. But I don't usually ever use headphones or earbuds, and thus my sound quality probably shows it. By the way, sis, I've been looking at that USB adapter, and I'm wondering if I'm ever going to get anything. I will. I will.
Now, wait for it in the mail. You'll get
No.
it by the end of the week.
No, the comment. Yeah, the comment about, well, payday is a far way away. Well, that's part of it too. That's okay. It'll all work out.
Yeah, we get paid twice a month, so it makes it kind of okay, but annoying at the same time because you're like, okay, this bill's not due until the end of the month, but I don't have any money, so you gotta budget for that.
Yes, definitely. Okay, did this work? Yeah, this works. See, I didn't get. I'm gonna minimize Peeper again. We'll come back to him. I've got this rod stuck in here. Well, see, I can push it in and out on both sides, so I know I didn't get any solder in there. And see how that is. And notice that when I twirl it, that it twirls pretty good and doesn't flop back and forth, because it's not crooked. So this one's ready to be put on the rudder, but I can't find the rudder. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so this one will need to be put on here. And let's look at this. See, it'll have to sit. Yeah, it'll have to sit something like this. There. And when it sits there, then I'll cut it off, and then I'll make it to where it'll either be a male or a female, and I forgot which one. I think this is going to be the male, and it'll latch down on the other side. And if I make 2 of these, then I think we're going to be good to go, because there's 2 up at the top and 2 at the bottom. All right, let me bring Paul in. Let me add Paul in. Hello, Paul. You have.
Hi, Al. Hi, Moo Hugs.
Hi, Paul. Welcome.
Thank you. How's everybody today?
I'm doing well, Paul. How about you? Thank you for asking. Welcome
Hey.
to the menagerie, Paul.
Yeah, I'm doing. Today's my birthday. I'm another year older.
Ooh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
How old are you now? 67?
78.
Ooh.
I'm an old guy.
Oh, man. You know, I saw a photograph of me by one of my colleagues that took it 15 years ago, and there's a lot less white in my hair back then. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
None of us are immune to any of this.
No,
So,
and you're as old as you feel.
Exactly. So just so you know, we've got Moo Hugs in the back room, in the green room, I guess. Peeper is also here with us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he was cool with. Oh, and I just removed him from the stage. I'm going to add him to the stage. There we go.
I've been talking over here. Forgot I was on mute.
So you put somebody else to be on your stream, huh?
Yeah, Peeper has his own stream. He does custom leather work.
Ooh.
And I've known him for about 7 years, 8 years, something like that.
He's actually Kilroy's been one of my stream followers for that whole time. He's been around for a long time.
Whereabouts are you at, Peeper?
Pacific Northwest.
Oh, okay. I'm in Michigan.
Okay, well, I used to live right down in Davenport.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's where I moved out here from.
Oh. Are you in Washington or Oregon?
Washington.
Washington?
To be honest, I'm in Seattle.
Oh, okay.
The north side, over across the canal. So
yeah, we went there. It's been quite a few years now, and watched them throw fish at the fish market.
Oh yeah, Pike's Place. Yes, sir.
That's really something how they do that.
Oh, that place is a lot of fun down there. Those guys are really pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I moved out here 18 years ago, and I love it. The weather you know what? When my kids and everybody still live back in Davenport, and when it's 100 degrees there, it's 70 out here.
Yeah. You always get the breeze off the water, don't you?
It's beautiful out here. I love the weather here.
And
I wouldn't know it's
it
100 degree
doesn't
weather.
really get that cold in the winter either, does it?
The first 14 years I was here, it never got below maybe 28 degrees.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad at all. And you had 28 or 30. It froze once or twice. I've seen snow maybe 5 times.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad at all.
No, I love it. Snow out here though is a tragedy. Let me tell you what. 1 inch of snow and they close everything down.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
That sounds like Odessa, Texas, guys.
Yeah.
Yep, it sounds like the same thing.
What are you building? She didn't hear me.
Yeah,
She did. She's probably muted out.
What are you building?
Well, I am putting together a plastic knitting machine, and I explained that the ones that are professional and the ones that are made out of metal are really nice, but mine's not coming for another 2 months. So I had this one, so I wanted to get back into knitting again. So I'm going to put my plastic one together, and it works just as well as the metal ones, but it's plastic, so everything comes apart. It's like a toy, you know, and yeah, and it's like a tenth of the cost of a regular, you know, metal.
Now, what's the advantage of a machine over the needles and just doing it the old-fashioned way?
Time.
Oh,
And-
time.
Oh yeah, you can do this. You can make a blanket in like, you know, I don't know, about, I would say a quarter of the time that it would take you to make it by hand, maybe even faster than that. You know, there's carriages that it comes with, so you can do the fancy designs. And this one, because it's plastic, I was explaining before, it has these little inserts that you can make so that the yarns cross over and under, and you can change colors and stuff. So the ones that are the professional ones, the metal ones, they have that too, but they're more expensive. But yeah, it saves a lot of time, and a lot of the clothes that we get, you know, we buy from the stores are made on machines, because, you know, that's usually how they're made. So on an industrial scale, of course. Yeah. But yeah, but it's you know, it's still me doing it. It's not like, you know, I sent it out to, you know, someplace and they came back and they said, here's your scarf, you know. It's still me doing it. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like doing it. That's what I'm building. And so
okay.
So those are the needles, and as you can see, or the hooks, I guess. They're not needles, they're hooks. And
okay.
yeah, it's just like a latch hook, like for rugs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And when you pull the cartridge over the top, it pulls the thread through it, and then the needle will close over the space, and then going the other way, it'll open up again. And it's kind of interesting to watch, you know.
I'm looking forward to seeing it in
Me
action.
too. So am I.
You have to put a video on your YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, I should do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you should. I mean, what the heck?
I'm sorry. There's a dog barking outside, and I don't own a dog. Hold on a second. Let me go yell.
All right. So hey, you working on anything specific, Paul? Or I'm trying to remember.
Same old thing,
Oh yeah, that's right.
but it's coming along,
Uh-huh.
Solo spot. Yes.
looking more like it's supposed to.
Yes. So, did you have issues with the slot and tabs?
Yes. In fact,
Okay.
this
Did you
is
resolve it?
version 2.0. 1.0 ended up in a black plastic bag that goes out to the street.
Right.
So cute.
See, it would be spare parts for me, Paul.
Yeah. And so what I did is I increased it like less than 1%, like 0.7%. And that made everything fit perfectly for the
good.
width of that was the problem, is the notches were narrower than the thickness of the wood.
Yeah. I was watching, and honestly, I have not gotten it to work as advertised, but I'm sure it does. Hobo with Wood talks about how to fix your slots and your tabs, and he goes into very detailed, way to do it and stuff. One thing, when I started working with my laser, when I started, I haven't been doing it that long, but anyway, one of the issues I was having is if I was scanning back and forth, okay, and I'm going to take you off the solo, since is the fact that when I was scanning back and forth, it would offset one way or the other, and there's a lash that when you go back and forth, Okay, but my point in looking around, I saw his video, and there's also something to do with the kerf of the laser. You can add it in or subtract it, or make an adjustment, so that if it's something's 100%, it's adjusted for your laser. And I think he also, or some of the I'm trying to remember the name of the group, Light Source, I believe Light Source.
Yeah, it is. They meet every, what is it, Saturday night?
Yeah, they also offer advice on that. And if you have it, I would go to Louisiana Hobby Guys. He's got a place where you can download files and stuff, just for being a member of the chat, basically. And you can talk to others and stuff back and forth. But anyway,
says laser counter is up to
3. Anyway, yeah, slots are tricky. The what was it? The X-wing that I did or made? I don't remember, but it had an issue with slots too. But I ended up grinding and filing and putting it together and recutting it because I broke it while I was filing it. And yeah. So
yeah, I had one spot that I did that to, and I got another one I have to file down just a little bit to get it to fit the way I want it to fit.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and tin the inside of this. I don't know if you can see this, even though it's not all the way around the whole thing. I don't know how well that's going to show though, but I think that'll be good enough. I would have liked.
I got something beeping here, and I got to figure out what it is driving me nuts.
I would have liked to fill all that up right there, but I think that's strong enough to where we fine. But that's the second one, obviously, and really the one that I'm going to do now. Let's go ahead and tin it up a little bit, maybe. All right, let's do that. Break out our little torch.
No, I sure don't know what's beeping.
Well, if you don't know, Paul, I certainly don't know. All right. Let me see if I can find some here. I've probably cooled down way too much. I don't know if you can hear me scraping it. Sometimes when you scrape with the soldering iron back and forth, it actually helps it to tin better and to transfer the heat. So
I was going to say it transfers the heat better.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so yeah, that's probably good. Okay, so on that one, let's take another little piece. Where's my big one that I just did? Okay, this one. I guess I can cut this one and use the rest of this. So that's what I'll do. Instead of cutting a whole nother piece, I'm just going to trim this off right there and then use this piece on the other one. And that'll be the third one. So let me mute out. All right, so now that I've got that little piece cut, then this is the one I'm going to use over there. And because I've been doing it this way, using the little rod, I can make sure that the other side is not mushroomed in or anything like that. So I can use the little pieces. And plus, let's say I wanted to make that a male end. Well, I've got a little rod that I know goes through there. So, but that's going to be the last thing I do. I say the last thing before I say, okay, my hinges are done, is make sure I've got my male and female sides. And we'll talk about that here in a second. Because so far, any one of these that I've made can be the male or the female pinion and gudgeon. And again, feel free to correct my pronunciation.
I was just going to say, if nothing else, you've increased your vocabulary on this.
Right? Exactly, Paul. Exactly. All right. So, look, no burns. No burns, little sister. And I'm going to see, can I do this way? No. No, because it's going to burn this. So let's not use the vise. I did this other one like this. And I'm going to force the fire that way. And what did I do last time? Oh yeah, I bent them like this, and I held this little piece like that right there. But I need to tin this before I go any further, or else it will be for naught. And that I think I can do with a freshly cleaned iron and some solder. Oh, and of course, some flux. And this little finger is pulling away the heat as fast as I can put it, but it might have changed. So I'm going to concentrate on the center of this thing. Actually, just like that. I'll flip that over. And I'll just hit it with the torch.
Kabam.
Yes, yes. So you might be thinking if I'm going to burn myself on this.
And would I be right?
If I held on to it enough, yes, you would be right. Because I need to manipulate it. Let's see, is this... So let's do this. And I'll rotate this thing right here so that it's facing down. And then bring the two together. And of course, it's so tight. think I'm going to use this. Let's see, am I covering anything up? I'm going to use that as my fire barrier, or I don't know what to call it. Firewall?
Fire stopper.
Mm-hmm.
Insulation.
Insulation, sure. Yes, yes, definitely. Yes. I was like, whoa, who was that?
It was the voice of God and the voice of reason.
There, I have been leaving myself on mute because I'm pounding. So,
No worries. No worries. I'm sure everybody's checking that out. All right, so all I'm going to do is just apply a little heat there, and hopefully through, I guess it would be capillary action, right? It'll draw itself to the, I don't know what type of action it would be. Well, don't be too much. And I'm trying to make this as level as possible because my idea is I can still drop some solder on it. And, even though I didn't go all the way around on this, I don't have to. Just on the sides that adhere it to the pintle. I don't know which is the gudgeon and the pintle, so we'll call it the pintle. And I'm sure one is the pintle, one is male, and one is female.
I think the pintle is the shaft.
Okay, that's the male. Okay,
Yeah.
the shaft.
That would be my guess.
Why, Paul? Just because it has several of the letters that normal anatomical human beings would have as a also a name.
That would be a maybe.
Maybe, yeah, right. Right. All right. So let's heat this up. In fact, let me take and drop some more. There we go. We drop some more of this flux on here. Let it bathe. Let it bathe in flux. Let's bring. See, I gotta have it to where I can get ready to pour some solder in there. All right, let's go. Let's do this. See, I don't even need to, but what I am seeing is that it was moving. So I need to move it back. Need a thinner nose pliers for this. All right, that's definitely not right. If that stays, and it is, I'll be happy. Put some more solder in there. Because it's hot. It's going to absorb all that solder that I dump on there. Give it the last little touch up of heat there so that it does definitely solder or melt together. And now we leave it alone and hope that it's not crooked. I think it is crooked though. Crud. Well, I might have been able to straighten that out because that solder was still liquid. So I'm just going to go ahead and tap it with a little flame so the solder, I make sure I don't have a bad solder joint right there. if it's not moving at all on me anymore, I should be able to just tap it with the torch, melt the solder around it. And let it solidify there. And like I said, I hope it looks like it's perpendicular to the piece. That's a good thing. Let me see if I can show it full size. By the way, I want to say thank you guys for all of y'all's attendance. It really is cool to see you guys here. I mean, it just sounds like, yeah, what are you saying? But seriously, it's so much more fun with more than just me or, somebody out there, on the command line or chatting back and forth.
Well, thank you for having us.
Well, thank you for accepting.
Yeah, I enjoy coming on.
Well, thank
And
you,
it's
Paul.
also important to say thank you to those who are typing, because typing is hard for me, at least.
Yes, we know that.
And participating that way.
I was trying to make a joke out of that. Anyway.
I caught it.
Because I feel the same way about your typing.
Uh-oh.
But at least I don't have my own language when I type, unlike some people.
I have noticed that when I get texts from him, sometimes I go, huh?
You too, huh?
Yeah, I look down at it and I go, did I type that? Did I type that?
I thought maybe you were using voice to text on it, and it didn't understand you.
I probably was, to be honest with you, because I do that a lot.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do.
So for people who've never gotten a text from Kilroy, there's just no way to explain it to you.
You just have to be there. That's right.
I've never gotten a text, but his Discord messages can be very Discord.
Well, that's why it's called Discord, isn't it?
Yeah.
I bent this piece here, and the tolerances right here where it goes into the tube. See the tube right here? The tolerances, man, stop it from going through right there. And it's only bent a little bit. It's not, but it's just not enough to go through. And as you can see here, it went through, right? See? But it stops right there. So that's how close these tolerances are between this tube and that rod. And I'm trying to straighten this out over here so I can make some room. The question is it solidified?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh.
So here's a piece that I haven't cut, but let's pretend that right there is the pintle part. So the pintle, and I guess I could clean this up a little bit, is gonna fit on there like that, and it's gonna turn. And yeah, so all right. And I'm waiting for this to cool down so I can work on some of these and make a few of them. So while we're waiting, though, let's take a look at the plan.
Hey, Kilroy,
Sure.
Let me. I wanna make a comment on what you're doing
Yes.
and why.
Yes.
On the Lady Washington, for those of you who might have a question about why does it have to be like this, that boat is steered by hand.
Yes.
There are no extra pulleys and gears or anything that help turn that rudder. It is all done with a tiller by hand. You're walking that tiller back and forth. So that part that you're putting together now has to have good tolerance on it, because otherwise you can't steer it.
Right.
I just
Yeah,
thought I'd say that.
it's
just thought
done
I'd say
by
that.
hand. Yes. Yes.
And for those of you who don't know, I served on the Lady Washington for a year and a half. That's why I know some of this stuff.
So he knows. Yes. Yes. And see, that's what he's talking about. This piece right here comes forward. You use the proper naval terms if you'd like to insert them in. This is what about
10 feet long.
Okay, so 10 feet long. How about from the deck?
Oh, that comes right up through the deck. It's right on the deck.
Yeah, on this side, you're right. On this side, it does.
On the handle part, it's about 3 feet, 3.5, 4 feet, maybe.
So this is 3.5 feet off the deck.
If I stood against it, it came up right to my hips. So you can move it with your hips.
Okay, yeah. That's what I was trying to. That was what I was trying to get at. Let me see. I'm trying to show. I think this can move. All right. I'm trying to show this here. And let's see. And that. So what he's talking about, and I could bring up a PDF, but I've got it here anyway. So what he's talking about is right here. Right here is the gudgeons and pintles, gudgeons and
whatever you want to call them.
Pintle and gudgeon, yes.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Now, when I look at this here, it looks like I'm trying to get this right, guys. It's moving on me though. Bad. It must be. I know it's this tripod and the operator too. So right here, this piece goes off of. I just can't get it all because it's. Anyway, this piece goes off the top of the
top of the rudder post.
Yeah, and see, there's my rudder post right there. Okay,
and it goes right on top of it. You can actually remove that and store it out of the way.
Okay, well, good to know because I've got it coming out now. I've got it coming out just like this right here.
Right.
See, yeah. Now I may need to. Let's see. This is the way they showed it was like this. I may need to actually extend this up a little bit more, maybe, and then again, maybe not.
Yeah, you'll have to wait and see. I'd have to look at some pictures to remember exactly how that's connected.
Yeah,
but
I think
it fits over the post.
Yes, definitely. It'll definitely be over there. Now this may need to be a little longer, whatever. No big deal, and then it'll come out like this.
Yeah,
and probably come out about what? About halfway, a third of the way down, right?
I mean, a third of the way down.
The aft deck.
Okay, it's about a third.
But so about that big.
Yeah, because that's where it used to be roped off, so people couldn't go back there when they were doing tours.
Okay, all right. Because this is the front of the aft deck.
Right.
This is the mid deck here.
Yeah,
and then the forward one. So
yep.
Okay. But that's what we're that's what we're working on, is this spot right here.
Yeah, I can see that. I just wanted to say, because a lot of people think that it's, you could put it, could be a little bit tighter or stuff, but it can't be. You've got to be able to move that.
Yep.
By hand.
Yep. Like that.
That's why I lost 30 pounds when I was on the boat.
That makes sense. That makes total sense.
Because I was a tillerman. I did that a lot. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed working on that. But it could be a real could make you sore.
I bet. So that'll be that one there, and then this one over here, which is already cooled. See, I still need to clean them up and stuff and buff them up and grind them down. But that needs to go as far as it can. No, not as far. But it'll be two of them up there and then the one down there. And they do need to be the same distance away. Like that. So this one will sit up here and turn. So with that being said, I need to at least clean these two up to where I can set them on there, and then we'll work on the other ones. So let me see here. Yeah, I think the this right here. Yeah, I think I'll just do that and cut them off. And then cut this one off and cut that one off. Now, I said I had a lot of this little rod. So what I want to do is stick the little rod through. Oh, this one's already got a rod in here. Okay. So let's put a rod in this one. Yep. And what I'm just going to chop them off, grind them down so that these three are level. All right, and I am going to mute out for this, guys.
Paul, I would like to see your giraffe, please. That is so cute. I love that. How long did that take to cut?
Oh, it only took a matter of minutes to cut, maybe 15 minutes to cut it.
And to put it together?
Oh, I've been working on it about 2 or 3 weeks, but I don't work on it steady. I just work on it a little at a time.
Yeah. Look at that. It is so cute.
I still have to set these pieces on the neck to,
Oh,
they're not in all the way. Looks like an orangutan the way it is now, but yep, it's almost done. It's getting there.
what is it needs a tail, right?
Yeah, I got the tail
Are
right
you gonna
there.
glue
There
it?
you go.
Are you gonna glue it together? Or
It's glued together now.
oh, okay.
I fit it first, then I take it apart and glue it.
It's really nice. I like
Thank
that.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you. One of those ones where I'm glad I did it, but I'll be glad when it's done.
Got a lot of those projects.
Yeah. It didn't seem like it was going to be that bad when I started. You know.
Yeah.
Hashtag unfinished projects.
Hashtag unfinished projects. I know a guy that's his hashtag.
That's right. Hashtag unfinished projects. Okay, so I got that done. I got both sides done. It seems like I don't need the little rods anymore. Now, did we decide if the long one is going to be the male or the female? Or did I? Or
Yeah, this seems like your project. So I think you ought to make a decision.
yeah, which one?
Doesn't it have its own proper name?
Pintle and gudgeon. So I'm thinking it makes sense if I have the holder on the rudder. I mean on the keel. Like this. Let's see how I can show this. So that would mean that the holes would be on this side. Wait. Yeah, that would mean the holes would be on this side. And then I could just bring the rudder and just kind of just raise it up and slide it down. Now, that is two schools of thought on that.
Okay, Kilroy,
Yeah.
I just looked up the word pintle,
Yes.
and it means what it sounds like. So it is the rod part of it, if you will.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Well, people, I think that's what we had designated in our own little weird ways,
All of our minds were working the same.
Right. Gosh, that's amazing.
That's
Thank you.
fun.
Mhm.
Okay, one more.
So here's my thought. Okay. Either way, I'm either going to take and raise it up through the deck, and then have the rods facing down and slide it down.
That's
So the
the way
only way-
it's supposed to be.
Okay, and then the hole or the gudgeon on this side,
On the boat side.
on the side of the
The keel side.
keel side. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The rudder
this-
has to be able to be removed easily for fixing.
Right. And the way mechanical things work, you want something to drop down in this thing.
Yes.
I guess you could do this and that too, though. So there's both schools of thought. This way, this is the keel, this is the rudder. Or
we're gonna solve this. Give me
Yeah,
Do you need to go ahead and do it that way?
or here's the rudder, and there's the keel. I mean, there's the keel and there's the rudder. Let's see. there's probably
You're gonna get yourself banned before you know it.
there's probably a there's probably there's probably a combination of 250 years of experience sitting on this panel of lifetime experience, and and it sounds like they're kindergartners talking. Me, anyway. All right, we're waiting for the for the definition from the captain.
Well, I'm looking.
Okay. And by the way I'm doing this is not the way you're supposed to do it, but it's the way I'm doing it. I've watched real boat builders, and they set it face flat, or deck flat down, and I'm having a real hard time understanding the deck side down. But eventually, that's what we'll do. Eventually, I'll flip it, deck side down, and I'll put the planks on it.
It's your ship. You can do it any way you want.
It's your project.
XXDFWRider.
And yeah.
Says, you're thinking for gravity that it should drop down, but this would be in water, right? So would that need to be considered?
No.
If you do it so it pulls up, it can fall out. Where if you drop it down, you have to remove it by pulling it up.
Yeah, Sprite, I think what Paul said is what logic I'm thinking of, but well, there's going to be bolts on either end. But yeah, see, because in a normal situation, take for instance a vehicle, Sprite, and I think you know what I'm saying on this. If you drop a bolt down through the cabin of the vehicle into the frame, and you put the nut, of course, you're going to put a lock washer on it, right? And hopefully more than just that.
XXDFWRider says, I mean, in real
Well,
life,
yeah,
it would
yeah.
be in water, but since this is a model, I guess you would still go by the gravity part.
Well, the deal with the car, though, if you lose the nut off the end when you have a bolt face down, going straight down, gravity pulls the bolt down. Okay, right. So you lose the nut. That's okay. The bolt's still there. It keeps the frame and at least, if nothing else, moving forwards and sideways, not up and down, but forwards and sideways. But in water, and this is, I think, what's behind Sprite's thought. In water, the buoyancy of the wood makes the wood go up. So you would want to have the gudgeon on the top, so that the pin would always be pushing up into it. If you lost the nut at the top of the joint there, does that make sense?
We lost the nut on this one a long time ago.
Well, yeah. So yeah, in off-road, it makes sense that gravity would pull down on the bolt, but in the water, it would make sense that it would push up on the rudder. And if the rudder can't go up anymore, then all it has to do is come down, but probably the water's pushing up on it, so it holds it in place. I see what you're saying, totally. But I think for the purpose that we're going to do it, we're going to make it, because we're not going to have it in water, we're going to make this part, the pintle part, so that it sits down into the gudgeon. Okay? I think that's going to be the best way to resolve it.
Kira, I think so too.
Yeah.
I can't find a good close-up picture of it. However, there is a picture I found on the deck side.
Uh-huh.
That the actual tiller sits very close to the deck.
Oh, it does?
Yes. Yeah. It only comes up maybe a foot through the deck.
Well, then I might have.
You've got more than enough room there.
Yeah, I might have enough, because if it comes out to about here, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I need to take a quick walk in there real quick. I'll be right back.
I think it's great ASMR, Peeper. I don't know. It's not annoying at all.
Oh, okay. I forgot to turn. Yeah. Okay.
And actually, it's not loud, Peeper.
No,
It's-
no,
No,
it's
it's
fine.
not.
I like
Okay.
it.
The I work at a leather store, right? And on Saturday we have classes. When you got 20 people doing that,
Yeah.
yeah. But okay, well, thank you. I will try and keep. I will not. I will try and keep it unannoying.
Well, and that way you can also talk if you want without having to reach over. So here's my first attempt at the tiller. Okay, it needs to be longer. It needs to be swept or swooped, or I don't know the word I'm trying to use, but does it go up, Peeper? Right?
Yes.
Yes. Right.
Okay. When you say I need you need to qualify for me what that means.
It does this. It
Yes,
goes.
it does. Yeah. It happens.
And yeah, exactly. And this is like real close here.
Very close to the deck.
Yeah, and then it goes up. Okay. Well, anyway, this is my representation of that. Okay, and actually,
I
it's
can't see it. Let's see.
yeah, and it's too tiny also, but it's my representation of where is it?
So it's not as long as I thought either. It's probably
But this would be too short, right? And it needs to be thicker. See, I'm thinking
it needs to be bigger. Yeah, it means much bigger.
Yeah, it needs to go about a third of the way.
Not as much longer as I thought. It's not a third of the deck. It's it's maybe a quarter of that.
I am holding my tongue because of all the jokes that have come into my brain.
Thank you.
Able to say.
See that right there, and it'll go up. So I'm going to make it thicker, though. I'm going to make it rounder. That right there, though, is the
all right. Now you got me thinking the same jokes.
That right there has the different turn marks or whatever. But anyway, so it needs to be a little bit longer, but definitely thicker, rounder.
Yeah.
And if I can just and a little peronied, right?
A little what?
Good Shack says, hey everyone.
A little peronied. Hello, Jeff.
Well, I couldn't ask for a better birthday than this.
There you go.
Good Shack says, I'm back.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back. All right. Whew. All right, yeah. So we said we're gonna do pintle on the rudder, and the other one is and see this one's messed up because this one's offset.
Yeah, that is messed up.
Yeah, see, yeah, and on this side it looks okay. I mean, you can see it, but this one's off. One of those two sides, yeah. Anyway, let me just put that one over there. This one looks good, so I need to trim it, and then I'll make it the bottom one. So I'm going to go ahead and mute.
Says, welcome in back.
Hmm. 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 Ah. Hmm. All right. Hmm. Trying to decide if I want to background these. Probably should.
What does backgrounding entail?
Okay, I'm gonna explain that. What
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it, so I'm gonna show you what backgrounding is.
All right.
It's you've got your major designs out here. I got flowers and all that. What I'm going to do on the background is I'm going to use another tool and I'm going to make a matted, it's a design type thing that is just like a green screen. It's a background. It's something for these to sit against. And so when I use my paint, which is going to be gold paint on this, it'll give a little bit of definition to it. So it's really simple. Backgrounding is very easy, and all I'm using is water on here to wet the leather, let it soak in a little bit. And then we've got 3 different sizes of these. They're all the same pattern. Yeah, I've got 3 different sizes. They're all the same pattern, but they can get into littler places. But this is simple. You just and give me a second here. What you wind up with is a textured background like that.
Oh, cool.
And you do that over the whole thing. And then I've got small ones of these that will, you can get right up next to your designs and stuff. And this is something like it would actually really look like, you know, and that's what I try to go for in almost everything. You know that when I do stuff, I try to go for what's it supposed to look like. And with this, if I want to get into contest, it's got to look right. If you'd like to see what this all goes on, I'm going to go over, yeah, let me go get the other piece, the big piece. We're going to move the cameras here in a minute, but so this is just temporary right now, but these pieces I'm working on hold the back to the front. These will be actually roped on. They'll have a rope on there, and it'll have gold. It'll be gold like this. This will be almost all gold. This one is a little small. That's why I'm remaking them. But that's based, it's sort of a little bit like what they'll look like. They have more gold on them. And this is the family crest that he wore, that is in the game. So yeah, this is the shoulder. This is the top of the armor. That's what this is all about.
So that goes over the breastplate, or it is.
I don't have my headphones on, so.
Oh,
Yet he knew you were talking, Paul.
yeah. Is that go over the breastplate, or that is the breastplate?
That is the breastplate.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't have my headphones on there for a minute, so I missed what you said. But that is actually your what they call cuirass or a do. In Japanese, it's a do. That's the breast armor.
Oh, okay.
I have made that completely out of leather. Usually, it's 2 layers. Well, that one's 2 layers, but 2 layers. But in between are steel plates, the same shape.
Oh, okay.
So that would be, when I say armor, that's where the armor part comes in. Though the leather is pretty strong. I mean, if you make leather armor, you can harden armor leather pretty well. So, but that's what we're making. And here's an interesting, what I find very interesting about this armor and the character that they pulled into the game. And I don't know if you guys I are familiar with Assassin's Creed or not. Assassin's Creed is very good at historical accuracy.
Yep. It is.
Pardon me?
Totally agree. That's one of the reasons I like that game so much.
I got 14 versions of on my computer, and I have ordered this one too. Tsuki, the character that this armor is based on was a true historical character. He was actually a black man from Africa that became a samurai in Japan. Historical fact. And the family crest is the family that on the armor is the family he was part of. Again, that's why I like Assassin's Creed. And this one looks to be good. There's a lot of controversy about it so far. Everybody thinks they should have used a Japanese guy as the main character. But this guy was considered Japanese when he was there. But yeah. Yeah, I play Assassin's Creed. I play Overwatch, or I used to play Overwatch. And that's really about it. I'm not a big gamer. But when I sailed on the Lady Washington because I played at being a pirate. I figured if I'm going to play at it, I ought to learn how to do it. Well, if you're going to talk the talk, you should learn to walk the walk.
That's right.
Walk the plank too.
And it was a hoot. I had a ball. And so yeah. I know there was a point in that, but my first game with Assassin's Creed was Black Flag. So, it sort of fits. Okay, but you can see how that texture on the background is starting to come through. I like that. So,
Hello, Billy Burt. How are you? Billy Burt from the Messy Studio. Paul, is that kin to you?
No.
But welcome, Billy. We've known Billy for a while. In fact, he lives in Texas, used to live in Texas. Definitely, I believe he said he lived in Odessa.
Billy Bird, the Messy Studio, says, I'm good, Al.
Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Thanks for stopping by. We're just sitting here plunking around.
AF says, welcome.
I'm going to mute out again, guys. And Billy, tell us what you've been doing and what you've been up to. I've seen a couple of videos that you've put out on your YouTube channel of you and
Billy Bird
and
the Messy Studio.
Yeah, still live in Texas.
Still live in Texas. AF says, I forget that I am the moderator. LOL.
So what are you doing, Hugs? He asked what you were doing there.
Billy Bird,
did I miss
the
that?
Messy Studio says, born in Midland, live in San Antonio.
There we go. Yeah. I'm old. I forget, Billy. You wouldn't know anything about that, right?
The messy studio.
Whoops, sorry, guys.
You're right.
Right? Hey, I may be getting my. I'm forgetting, but weren't you the one that made the Enterprise and do a bunch of stuff out of metal and stuff, right? Doesn't Billy do that? I know he also. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I know Billy does woodworking too. I might be getting you mixed up with somebody else.
Billy Bird, the messy studio. Says, I've been building a new sharpening station for my lathe tools.
Yeah. Cool. I don't know if I've seen any of it. We're back to work now, so it's kind of.
Billy Bird, the messy studio.
No, it wasn't you.
I'm a wood guy. My metal work sucks.
I'm trying to think who it was. I should know better. And actually, guys, I don't know if you can see this, but this is actually at an angle. So this one's questionable. I'm going to have to be really careful with this one. Both sides, though, are clear. Let's see what else we got. We got one here. It looks like it'll work. Maybe we've got enough of them. I can't tell this one. I'm going to have to clean this one up a little bit. Again, I feel like I'm one of these brackets short.
You've always been one bracket short.
Oh, that's loose. That's loose screws.
In case you guys don't know, I am his sister, so that's why I'm able to disparage him as I do.
Indeed. However, everybody else disparages me too. So, all right, I'm going to grind this down and see what it looks like. Let me put my googles back on. Oh.
Thought you were going to mute it.
Yeah, and do this, I think, so I can just trim and grind that flat. All right, let's.
And what she is doing that, or I didn't hear it.
I didn't either. I believe I asked and you asked, and did you explain what you were doing?
I'm sorry. I'm putting together a plastic knitting machine, and I had to put it together because it was in a box for like the last 2 years, and obviously I can't use it if it's in a box. I will be getting a metal one in a couple of months, but it's still in transit. And I now have it attached to the table so that when I'm sliding the carriage that will have the thread on it, it will go through and it won't lift up. And the yarn is going to hang on this side down onto the floor eventually if it gets long enough, which it will, because the first thing I'm going to be making is another Doctor Who scarf. So it's it's something I can do to relax besides eat. So, and I used to do this a while ago, so I'm excited to go back to doing it again. I do a lot of crafts, and I have a lot of yarn, so I need to use my yarn up. So that's what I'm making. So it's now in one piece, and it's called the Ultimate Sweater Machine. I don't know if they still make this. I think they do. I know Joanne stopped selling these a while ago, and they had them on.
Billy Bird, the Messy Studio, says. So the plastic sled is the shuttle.
Yes. Yes. And it has, now this is what I think is very interesting. Unlike the metal machine, which is top-loaded and you don't have to put it together, the plastic one comes with different inserts that you can put in your shuttle, in the carriage, and it'll make everything from Fair Isle, which is like really fancy stuff with different colors and different patterns, to lace. And you need a different one of these cartridges to do that, because the cartridges for the regular machine is like $600 each. It comes with the regular one, which just makes the knit. It just knits one way, so it's always got knit. But to do all the fancy stuff, you have to buy an additional cartridge, and those are expensive. And I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. That you just have to, put it in there and manipulate it with the yarn and stuff, and it'll actually do what you want. So it's kind of cumbersome because it is like that. Because the other one,
The Messy Studio, says. Wow.
yeah, the other one comes with also a punch card system, like the old days, and it actually, because it is holes and stuff, it actually is more, I think, intuitive for what you're doing when you're knitting, because when you're knitting, you're making holes when you're making lace. So I think that's pretty cool that, it does that. So that's what's the works. So I'm going to start with this and go back to, to playing with it, and if I'm frustrated with it, I'll put it away. So thank you for asking.
Al.
Yes.
Kilroy, I'm sorry. I never call you Al. It's time for me to get out of here.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys so much for having me here, and I enjoyed hearing a lot of it. This is the project that let me see here. There it is. It's got these are all flowers that have been tooled in, and here's the background. You can see how that background just sort of it fills in the whole thing for me. Now, like I say, this will all be painted gold. Then they'll have a green stripe and then gold around the outside edge. But that's how it works. So
Very good. Very good. Yeah, Peeper, tell us where you can be found and what times and dates and stuff.
XXDFWRider.
okay, I do stream on Twitch, Monday and Thursday nights at 7:30 to 10 o'clock Pacific time, not this Central time like I used to be.
You mean real time? Yeah.
So, but yeah, and I am very big on teaching. So if somebody wants to learn something, please come by. I will tell you this: we are having a build along that Kilroy's going to be part of. We're making toolkits. We're going to make just like this one. Now you don't get the tools, but the kit that you can carry. Well, this one here, this one. You can carry your tools around in. It has a nice flap on it. You can actually put this, hang it on your board or whatever. But these are good I found out good for travel. I've got like 6 of them, and I love them. So, but we're doing a build along, and you're more than welcome to come by. I would love to have you stop in anytime you want to. Okay?
Yeah.
It's Peeper49 on Twitch. Monday night 7:30, Thursday night 7:30. And
I will put the link down below.
okay, thank you. And I hope to see somebody there. Al, Kilroy, we'll see you tomorrow night, I hope.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
All righty.
We'll see y'all later. I got to get out of here. Time to
Okay.
go.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Thank you
Bye,
so
Peeper.
much.
Take care.
Well, I got to get out of here too.
All right, Paul.
I will talk to you probably next week if you're on.
You bet.
And
I
Moo
should
Hug,
be.
I hope you get that thing together. It looks like that's a major job in and of itself.
It's almost ready. It's almost ready.
Well,
Happy birthday, Paul.
thank
Yes,
you.
Paul. Happy
Thank
birthday.
Amazing studio.
I
Says,
will.
I still have
talk to you
all
next
my
week.
leather tools, but haven't told in several years.
Well, he does it 3 times a week. Leather's pretty cool, Billy. There's a gent up north of here, Randall, that also, in fact, Peeper knows Randall. It's real close to here. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get a straight line all the way up. And it means I got to get this in here. Maybe I might just have to do it one by one. See, that's what I was trying to avoid. But I guess I didn't avoid it enough. Because I'm going to have to stick that down in here. But I want all of them to be straight. So I'm going to put them, I'm going to move this little rod through all of them.
I'm going to be right back. I have to get something to eat.
All right, then I am going to do that. Actually, I'm going to do that. All right, so let me see how far I can get this in here, because I want them all to be the same, and then I'll bring the other ones in on the other side. But I want this line to be totally straight, so that, see, that's going to be like that there. So I'm going to have to see, this one's going to, yeah, see, I couldn't get it in on this side. So I need to fix that before I go on. Little, oh, here we go. Yeesh. I don't have a, actually I do have a bit small enough. I just don't know where. Look at that one. That right there is what I want, because I want to make sure that this hole, and it's actually not big enough, really. I mean, not small enough. Yeah, not big enough. Or is it? Let me just go ahead and take it and drill that out. Oh. Well, I happen to have another one on here. All right. So now it needs to go all the way down. Really down and through there. I wonder if it's the piece there, like that, because then this one's going to go down here like this. And then once I've got all 3 of these like that, then I'll attach it to the keel. But I've got to get that done that way first. And then that'll be it, probably. All right, that's good. So let me pop this out of here. Let's get another one of these going through there. And I probably should have done this first. on this one, because it seems like this one's a little tight, but I think that'll be okay. And then this big one up there. Let me go ahead and get that piece out of there that's in there. I see it. I see it. It's right there. There we go. Just popped it right out of there. And because this drill bit will only help me. All right, so this one's going to go. Let me pull this rod out. All right, this one's going to go down. But I need this one. I need this one first. That one first. So let me take this. Oops. Let me take this and just hang on to it right there like that, so that I can get this other one down in here. Ooh, that one's being difficult. Okay. We'll allow it to move. And this one will go there. There we go. So we'll do these two up here, right above where it starts to oval, and then that one down there, and then that one up there, right below the little dip. So this one's going to go down to here, and then this one's going to go right here, right below the little dip right there, like that. And that should work. We're not perfect on this side though, but I'm just going to hold this here. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Let me see what that third one does down here. Where is it? Is this it? Yeah. So this one's going to go something like this. And then it'll turn like that. And I like that. It's kind of stiff, but that's okay. I don't have a problem with that, really. I think I'm going to have to place these and then get these prepared also. But you can see I can go left and right, and even though it doesn't go all the way, I guess it does. It's okay. So, and then this will go in deeper, but I've got to get that like that. I may have to open them up a little bit more, because that right there, that right there is too far off. But because it's actually not on the keel part, it's not right. I guess that'll work. Yeah, I want to make sure that it has enough to where it goes off. So let me set these in here, and that's probably as close as I'm going to get them. Let's see if I can do this just like this.
XXDFWRider says, but it's looking good. I wonder if in real life they could make it go 90 angle, or if that would run the person controlling it off the deck.
Yeah, I don't know. I bet that it'd be like that, maybe like about 60. There's 90, right? So there's about 60 on that side, and it goes a little further. So I could actually push it in and then prevent it from going all out. In other words, like that. So I think I'm looking at that right there, not 90, but just like that. And I'm saying that because I don't feel any resistance or anything pushing back. Now, where is my marker? All right, let's mark here and here. Let's see. There. Oh, this marker. I think I need to go get me another marker. Yeah, let me get another marker. This one's, I think, in end of life. It really is just, I could probably see it there, but see, this one's a little bit closer. Let's see. So just kind of approximate it. Maybe it's the flux that's on there, guys. And then this one over here. And I think I'm going to do this one about right there. And did I put it away? Is it sitting on the bench? I thought I had put it away, but here it is. All right, so let me do this one here. All right, let's do those two. I'll try to drill them there. If not, I'll pick them up and put them in the vise. Where did I put the drill? There we go. I think this was the hole I used. Huh. All right, let's see if I can do this. Boy, when I did that earlier, is this bit broken? I think this bit is broken. Maybe not. I don't know. Let me look at the other bit that I've got. Huh. This one here. There, I think that went in there. Okay, that one's in there too. You know, I'm gonna not take my chances, and I believe I can take and put a couple of screws in there. Let's see, is that gonna work? Yeah. Take those two little. No, I can't do that. I have to basically take them off of there and drill them. Yeah, drill those holes first with a little bigger bit. This was a good bit for the countersinking. All right, so let me look at these, and let me look at these here. Let's mark them. This is the new one. Let's see, about right there. 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 And there. And I guess I can do this here too. Now that one looked a little too far this way, so I just moved it a bit. All right. Okay, so that means that these two can be removed. I'm just wondering if I need to do these also, but these aren't ready yet. I need to make sure I have it over here first before I do this. So let me pull it off. Well, maybe. This should slide right off. There we go. All right. Let me take this off, and this will also come off. Okay. Now, what was, oh yeah, it was this one. That's why I've got these over here, right? Yeah, that's it right there. All right, and I bet I can use that right there and that right there as my I don't know what to call it, my brace behind it, I guess. Like that. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I just need some wood behind there. Maybe that's the ticket, huh? And you know, I have plenty of these rudders, but man, I just don't want to do this. Maybe I can just hold it. Or maybe I can just use the vise to hold it. That way it doesn't rip out my fingers as it turns. All right. See, now then, that'll sit on there really nicely like that. So yeah. Oops. And I'm still waiting on the other side so that I can make sure that I've got it oriented the right way and there's no binds and stuff before I start drilling holes. So did I get both sides? No, I still need to get this side here. And I'm trying to keep it aligned as to which one goes on the top and which one goes on the bottom. And actually, this is the top. This is the top. That's the center, and then the bottom's down here somewhere. Nice thing about brass, how soft it is. All right, so there's those two there. I'll be able to countersink them, and then just put holes in this too. And Sprite, I really do appreciate you hanging around, by the way. If you ever want to present something or show something off, by all means, you know. And I know you're a car enthusiast, Sprite, if you're still here. And maybe you're not.
Giant storm coming in. Thunder like crazy.
Well, it is hurricane season after all. Right?
Niantic River Woodcrafting with Chris Nealon.
Hello, Chris. How are you doing?
Hey Al, happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day.
XXDFWRider says, appreciate it, but I will live vicariously through YALL's projects because I have way too many unfinished.
Yeah, that's our motto here. Hashtag unfinished projects. All right. So I just loosened that lower one
AF
so that I can move
says,
the rod.
welcome. XXDFWRider says, I had surgery last Thursday, so for the next 2 weeks I'm not doing a thing except for watching YouTube videos and chilling.
Well, good. Take care and don't overexert yourself. All right, I'm missing something. I need another one here.
Says, rest.
Yes.
XXDFWRider says, I'm still here. I think it makes me flip out when somebody texts me.
I think we're going to take a break from the Lady Washington next week. And I think we're going to play with computers and old systems that I've got. What do you think, Moo Hugs? Well, Moohugs is gone, so I guess she can't reply, huh?
Niantic River Woodcrafting with Chris Nealon. Sis.
Oh my
Just
God!
fell off the 7th step from the ladder of my garage loft carrying stuff to put out for the dump, landed on my feet like a cat. Time for a beer.
No, really, man. Really. Good. I know, Chris. I know.
Niantic River Woodcrafting with Chris Nealon. Sis. Not bad for almost 66 years.
Let me show you something, Chris. Hold on. Chris, that's what I get to put up with going up to my loft. This right here is basically a stepping stairs for a bunk bed, and I just put some more stairs all the way up to the top. But anyway, yeah, I don't want to fall. And I'm doing
Niantic River Woodcrafting with Chris Nealon. Sis. Looks safe, LOL.
right. It's like stairs on top of stairs, you know.
Niantic River Woodcrafting with Chris Nealon. Sis. Not sure I still bounce.
Well, bouncing might be good sometimes. All right, so I got that one, and then I got to put another one down here. So here's this one.
XXDFWRider. Sis. Doing some tech video would be cool with me.
Cool. I think this is the one I had. There we go. Okay. So really what I'm doing is I'm trying to align this one, since I didn't have the other ones, so that I have, freedom down here. Now this, I think I'm going to have to move this one up because of that right there. So I drilled them, so I'm going to have to re-drill them, but that's okay. Like Paul says, that's why they make filler putty. That one will go there, that one will go there.
Niantic River Woodcrafting
and that one will go up
Chris
here.
Nealon. Sis. What do you know? I found my MIG welder.
Nice. My MIG welder is right over there. All right, so I think that'll have to be. That'll have to be like that. And then these will all be on the keel, and I'll be able to form them on the keel. But I've got to get this side done and screwed down so that can take place. So let's go ahead and take and drop our little pins. This thing is backwards. There. All right, so let's do these. Even though those aren't countersunk, they actually sit pretty well in there. And I talked about maybe getting some that were panhead, but I think the panheads would stick out even more. So here's a little trick if you guys didn't know. Right here are these little screws, right? Right? Look, I can't pick it up, but if you get one of these, one magnetizes and the other one demagnetizes. So I can sit there and do like this. And now, when I go down, I can pick it up. Magic, huh? Magic! Now I can, well, I really did it a lot. I should have. And I can't remember if it was backwards like this, back and forth like this. And you know, I thought these were brass, but they're not, huh? But that'll be better than nothing, because I can just stick them on there and then screw them down. Where's that other one? All right, this side. And then what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to solder up here on this on top of all of them and then cut at the bottom. I'll just clip it off so that I can get it in and out. Now, when I clip it off, it's going to put a little, you know, I don't know what to call it, a little sharp edge on it. It might keep it from being able to go through there easily. And you know, it may be that it only goes that much to both sides. But that's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and drill these little holes. This one looks like it needs to be polished, but I'll polish them up at the end. Let me do these two and then I'll scoot it down. Oh, you know what, though? Ooh. Maybe I can just drill them there since this isn't really the Yeah, since it's really not it's okay. The keel. Maybe we'll just do them one at a time and still use that like that. You know, I don't see that one because it's right there. That needs to be right there. Boy, this isn't doing much either. Yeah, and I think that's going to be hidden anyway in the keel, so I hope so, because that one's not straight at all. Well, let's do these two. Well, I still got to do this one. And then this one, so let me move this. Oh, wait, I got to do these two on this side too. So that one goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. And that one goes there. Okay. All right. So those 4 holes are done. Let's do the bottom one now. I'll get this out of here without breaking it. I'll just do that. And I think I'll follow the same holes like this one here. We're at the end. And then this one here. That one's gone. Let's do these two. That one there. That one there. So let's get this one first. And that one there. Yeah, that last cut, it just falls right in there. All right, so good. I'm glad I didn't do that on the keel. All right, so the next thing I've got to do now is I was going to say put the pins down, but I think I'm gonna put this on the keel, and then I don't know how I'm going to get them off. I guess I can cut them off because I've got to solder it. I guess I'll solder it from the top.
Billy Bird, The Messy Studio. Says. Chris.
I don't know what to do here. I guess we'll just punt. All right, let me make some room. Trying to see how much better, or yeah, I think it's going to be upside down too if I do this. Yeah, and I'm not going to reach the ground. I can do this. Nope, let's put this back up here. There we go. All right. Can I get this up through here so it's out of my way? There we go. Hey, let's see here. Moo is back, but
Hold on.
she's AFK knitting.
I'll be right back. I gotta get some tape.
Okay.
Yeah, the internet went out because it's raining
Yeah, I was wondering. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
a lot.
Yeah. Need to
So,
move these.
interesting note. I'm going to take over for a second.
Okay. You want me
So
to
this part is
hold on?
weighted.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me make you soloed. There you go.
This part is weighted. I don't know what it's called. Look at the instructions real quick. And you put your yarn in there to start. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, note to people who might be doing this for the first time. When I first got this about 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, I don't know, a long time ago, more than that. For some reason, I had to cut the threads that were there, the yarn, and inadvertently I cut the little loopy things that are there. So be careful, don't do what I did, okay? So I need to get tape because I gotta tape it up. It only holds the yarn, that's the waist yarn, and it's only used for that. And then it weights down a while, and then after that you take it off and you don't need it anymore. But it's very important to have it when you're starting out. It makes it a lifesaver. All right, that was it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right.
This is nice.
It's exit solo layout. All right. So I got this on here like this. I'm trying to get it down a little bit and over this side so I can mark these holes so I can draw these. Now, what's happening is it's conflicting with these ribs, but that's okay because once I have this in place, I was aligning the deck. I just need to bring it down. needs to go down just a little bit more. See, because this hole right here needs to, so. Okay, I can dig that. Now let's push in as far as we can without breaking it. And let's check our, I don't know what the radius was on this, but that looks about as good as what I'm going to get out of this. After all, it's just a model, right?
It's called the hem.
What's called the hem?
This
Oh,
long
this
long piece, and it
that
hangs
big
over
long
the
piece?
side. What?
That big long piece is called the hem, huh?
Yes, the hem. And you lay it down, and then you put the stuff on anyway. Don't worry about it. Just it's called the hem. Now you know.
I was wondering what it was called. All right, let's put some. Is that the right size?
XXDFWRider says, I bet that was a really bad feeling when you realized you cut through it, but at least you could salvage it. It will be neat to see you use it when you get it going.
Yeah, I doubt that it'll ever be put in water.
Oh yeah, it was a scary feeling. I was like, oh no, this panic. You know how it is when you make a mistake like that. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the tabs. Gotcha.
Yes, because I cut it through them.
Is that the right size? Is that the right size? Let me bring a little screw over here. Of course, I've lost every single one of the screws.
Kilroy,
Yeah.
my brother.
They are. There
Hello.
There they are. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Do you have something beeping in the background?
Uh-oh.
XXDFWRider says,
Yeah.
was talking about the sweater making machine she's working on.
Yeah, I figured it out after she started talking about it. Yeah, well. Yeah, and I think, wow, this has got, so see what I'm saying? This is barely, they're probably just a little bit too long. So what that means is I definitely need to make sure that that's through there. And I'm wondering, I think that actually went through the other side too. Maybe I'll go in one side with one and the other side with the other. I don't think I have screws that are small enough to go all the way through.
XXDFWRider
Yeah.
says, yeah, my comments take about 3 minutes to get through. Sorry about that. I have heard that beeping throughout the whole day as well. I think it is Al.
Beeping. I do have some high pitch coming from the air conditioner, but not beeping. And to me, this looks like I actually need to go through it with screw on both sides, because I can't put a screw now on that right there. See, that went on through. See, that went on through. So Well, it did, believe me. Maybe I didn't do the other side, but that did go on through. A nice little number double odd or something like that. I don't think I have anything small enough. But what I'm saying is I'll go ahead and do it from this side now over. And at least get it from each side. So see, that's still held on there pretty well. All right, I'm
XXDFWRider.
do this one.
Says, it might sound like beeping to us because of your sound canceling coming on and off.
That could be. All right, now that didn't want to go all the way through. Yeah, it you might be hearing it doing that, yes.
AF. Sis. The comment do take a long time to get through. Sorry, that is why I talk on the stream, LOL.
Yeah, refresh is the only thing I can suggest. Oh, that one, I heard that one crackle. What did it do? No, it didn't do anything. Yeah, it did. It pushed it. But I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Only thing, I wonder what keeps coming to the door. Okay. Oh, not from that side, from the other side. Which one was this one? I already did that one. Okay, this one is the outer one, which is this one here. Yeah, and that'll push that one too. I guess I can always back them out and grind them off a little bit. But since I really think that this isn't going to be the last we've seen of this, at least this is where it's going to end. All right, there we go. All right, this one and that one's done. I've got to do these two. Let's go ahead and put one through here. And that did go through, which is good, because it doesn't lift up the little band. All right. All right. And then one more. Let's see, did I do it? Yeah, I did it on the inside. So this one's going to be on the outside. Yeah, and that's hitting the metal, so we'll just put it through there. All right, here we go. And I'll get this thing off later.
JJ.
Right now it's going to stay right there.
Still giving it, I see.
I am done, JJ. Check this out. Let's see. Let's put this in here. Push it down.
Billy Bird, the Messy Studio. Says, Jim.
All right, I'm just going to take that off. What this is doing, guys, is it's holding up this rear
JJ. Says,
frame.
hi, Billy. Billy Bird,
but
the Messy
that's
Studio.
but that's the way it's going to be
Says,
in the end.
Glad you are okay, Chris. I have broken something.
You're right, right. And this does need to go down, and it can go down. It's just pushed up right now. Yeah, there we go. There it is, guys, right there. Right there, it'll
Billy
turn.
Bird, the Messy Studio. Says, looking good, Al.
Thank you. It's coming along. I need to finish up these ribs back here, but I know I'm going to
Billy
have
Bird,
to
the
pull
Messy
things
Studio.
and move things and.
Says, I too keep hearing a beeping.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn off the air conditioner.
Is it the 3D printer?
Nope, it's off. Okay. Let's go over here. Sit back down in my chair. Ready, guys? Watch.
XXDFWRider. Says, nice job, Al. No bleeding and nothing broken.
And no
JJE
and no burns.
says, I don't hear anything.
Okay, the air conditioner's off.
Yeah, the beeping stopped.
Okay. It's not beeping. It's a high pitched, just air conditioner sound. But I bet the sample rate of the audio is making it sound.
XXDFWRider.
Right?
Says, you don't hear people in Texas say that very often. Let me turn off the air conditioner.
Let me turn it back on.
I heard it go beep.
Well, yeah, of course. I bet what you're hearing is the sound acquisition, because it doesn't collect sound all the time. It does it like in frames, right? Like 30 frames per second or whatever. I don't know how it actually samples it, but I'm
Bird,
sure it's something
the
like
Messy
that.
Studio. Says, the beeping has returned.
It's the air conditioner, guys.
XXDFWRider. Says, no, I still hear it. It's very high pitched, just short beep every few seconds. At times I still think it's your noise reduction kicking in and off.
It could be. It could be. Let me look at something. Could very well be.
Don't be mad, bro. We can hear it and you can't.
I'm not bad.
I don't have headphones on.
Yeah, see, I don't either. Let me see something. Let me see. What is it getting audio from? Test 1, 2, 3.
XXDFWRider. Says, yeah, I think you're right. It did stop once you turned it off. My comment about it still going on was before you turned it off.
Yeah. I bet.
Billy Bird, the Messy Studio. Says, it isn't bad, Al. It's just there.
Okay, all right. But the thing is I don't know which camera is actually feeding the sound to y'all. Seriously, everything is turned off over here, and the only thing that has audio is the actual desktop. So I don't know how it's getting it. Anyway. So
XXDFWRider. Says,
yeah.
Yes, when you turn back on the air conditioner, I could hear it, so you solved that one.
I hear you. All right. Well, guys, I think we've gotten to the end of the stream. It's 5 hours. 3 hours and 42 minutes or something like that. Maybe a little bit less, but but definitely 3 hours. But this is actually the way I need it. I do need to cut these. I'm going to hang on for a second before I actually cut them, just to keep the alignment. But that's all I need to do there. Basically, put a little solder on top, put a little solder on top, put a little solder on top, and then cut where these go out the bottom. Cut it right there. Cut it right there. So basically, I have to disassemble this to do that, but that's all that needs to take place. But for right now, I'm going to leave it like that because it is still adjustable in a sense. So, ooh, I forgot these two. Well, at least I'll do those two. How's that? Yeah, let's do those. Watch, it all crumbles now on us.
Don't say that.
Right? Well, I know that these screws are actually too long. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Not on this big one. No, I think they'll be okay. There's that one. Yeah, and these really got to either be brass or not very conductive anyway, because they should have just magnetized this screwdriver when I processed it. Two more. There's another one right there. Yeah. And one more right here. Okay. And again, they disconnected at the top, but that right there is awaiting the other ribs to fall in place. But this is the up and back, and also it needs to stick out about that much. So these ribs will have to fall in place to that right there. And anyway, look at that. All right. Moo, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Well, no, thank you for coming along. I had to read the instructions because it's been that long since I've done this and I couldn't remember what to do. So
Instructions are good.
it's a good thing that I kept them. Otherwise, I'd have to look at the internet. Let me see if I can pick up my laptop and show you guys what I just did. I just put the hem on there. Hold on, let me unplug everything.
I'll give you solo.
Yeah, okay. So I unplugged. I hung the hem on the bottom, and what's going to happen now is I'm going to put the elastic thread on there, and then the other side is going to close over it like a sandwich, and then I'll be able to put my yarn in, and that's how you start off. I couldn't remember how to do that because it's been more than 2 years. I really couldn't remember how to do that. So I will try to record something for you guys, and I'll put it up on my channel or maybe even Kilroy's channel or both. We'll see.
Either way, you've got a channel too. So.
Yep. Okay. So thanks, guys, for stopping by and sharing our little bit of creativity,
Like I like to say, welcome to the menagerie.
right?
Right. But anyway, guys, you guys live long and prosper. And remember, no matter what you do it just for fun. Anyway, I'm going to sign out here. And thanks so much, everyone, for being here that was here. Sprite, XXDFWRider, Billy Burt, thank you so much. Jim, JJE. See how far I can go. AF, definitely thank you for being here. Chris, Niantic River Woodworking, thank you so much, Chris. Enjoy your meals, man. The guy makes some good meals, too. I know that Jeff was here, the Dutchman's Wood Shack. And did I miss? Paul was here, I believe. Who else did I miss that stopped by? Oh, yeah.
Peeper?
Peeper, yeah, right. Peeper was here.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Charlie. Peeper was here. Peeper49. Go check him out on Twitch. If you need any information, it's going to be down in the description. I'll put that up there or down there. John D'Agostino, I think. I can't remember your last name, but you do it. You do it. Stop by.
AF. Sis. Thank you, everyone.
Very unique videos, too. And there's some technical stuff there, too. So I think that's everybody. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, please let me know, and I'll say something next time maybe, or I don't know. Anyway, with that being said, live long and prosper.